Wanted to go ahead and show off another kind of cool option here for the blender. If you have a MiSTer and you don't want to have the actual blister card itself, one thing that you can do to get low-level API to work is you can plug it into the user port with a level shifter. The downfall with that is that if you want to go in and out of the menus, you're going to need another controller. Well, with the blender, we can get around that. So Blender itself is this tiny little device here that has 2 outputs and 2 inputs. And what we're doing here is we have 2 coming out and 1 going in. So this PlayStation controller, you see off to the right, is actually being duplicated. One's a USB and one's low-level API. So if we go ahead and pan up to the game, you can see that we can play the game here with the controller on low-level API mode. And if you want to go into the menu, that's the down, start, and the main button. Now we can actually navigate in the menus because it's switched over to USB. The 2 run simultaneously, so keep that in mind when you're actually in the game. If you have your game set up to look for a USB, you'll just need to know that. But by and large, if you're doing single-player games, that's not going to be needed. So again, that's just using the blender, just separating the 1 input into 2 outputs. 1 goes to the USB. I'm not using a USB hub, just the input, and then 1 into the low-level API or the user port via the low-level API with the level shifter.